All right. Hello, Internet. I have for you today another episode of SnowCraft, my modded Minecraft Let's Play series. And as you can see behind me, I've been a little busy. So obviously, I've set up my Pure Daisy automation using the same method that's in my automating Pure Daisy video. It's feeding into this chest right here. I've got it set up with 2 stacks of living wood and living rock. You can use the same chest for both input and output. My video has the tutorial video that I have has using two different chests, but you can use the same chest. You just need to not that one. You just need to filter the storage bus so that it doesn't take the raw materials out and then just put them right back in. And then of course you have the formation planes filtered so that they end up with the correct items there. And that means you don't need to put a filter on the import bus. And then back here, I have the storage bus where I have it set up to only use living wood and living stone in this storage bus, but that then makes it available to the ME system. So I can access it all from inside. I've also done my mana automation setup, which is exactly the same as what I have in the video. I've just got more endo flames set up here, and I've used the immersive engineering redstone wire connection so I don't have to have a redstone tower, but otherwise it works exactly the same as the video that I have. Pressure plate, piece of coal dropping down onto it. The coal will eventually despawn because my mana's all full, so it'll eventually despawn, which will cause it to drop another one, and that's fine, and that's the reason why you use something like coal for this, where I literally have a seed that is producing endless amounts of coal, so it's not a big deal for me to lose it. I also made myself a Rosa Arcana. If you don't know this flower here, it actually drains your XP. So the little green bar down there above my hot bar with the 25 levels that I have, it will slowly drain that and turn that into mana. It's not doing it right now, as I mentioned, my mana pools are full. I got a runic altar set up. That's how I was able to make the Rosa Arcana. I've also got an alchemy catalyst sitting over here because there are a few transmutations that require the catalyst to be underneath the mana pool. And this is something that doesn't get mentioned anywhere, and it took me a long time to figure it out because it's not made clear in the book. But this alchemy catalyst actually goes under the mana pool, like actually the block underneath. The mana pool needs to sit on top of the alchemy catalyst in order for it to work. But when you do that, it changes the recipes. So putting a piece of redstone in here no longer gets you mana dust, it gets you glowstone. That's why it's sitting over there. So this over here is basically an automatic mana setup. I have a spark right there. But I have the pattern set up here in this interface. Goes into an open crate and drops it down. Then I have these wooden blocks on top of these 2 mana spreaders because sometimes it'll throw items out and they'll land on top of the spreaders and they won't go into the hopper and get fed into the ME system. There's also a hopper directly underneath the mana pool, but like I said, sometimes it throws the items. So that's what that is all about. Otherwise, it works pretty well. Then over here, I have a TerraSteel automation. So this right here allows me to automate the creation of TerraSteel. And it's pretty simple. It's basically the same as what's over here. Another pattern set up into there, goes into an open crate, drops it onto the plate. I have a spark right here that's hooked up to the pool right here. So as soon as all the items are dropped onto this plate, the Botanica particle effect dance will happen. And then this is a collector. It's out of the Inspirations mod, and it's the exact opposite of a dropper. So this thing, as you can see, I filled it up with some just junk items. In this case, I just used acacia wood because it was at the top of the list, as well as a single TerraSteel ingot. And this is actually the only TerraSteel that I own right now. Well, no, I've made 2, but this is the only one that I have right now because the other one got used for, you can kind of see it in the background there, what I've used it for. But anyway, and what this does is this means that if something gets tossed in front of it, the collector won't pick it up despite receiving a redstone signal every few seconds from this redstone clock right here, because much like in a dropper, we're basically filtering. So that keeps it from picking up the diamonds and pearls and everything. Then you see the quantities that I have in here are very particular, and the reason is that when one more item gets added to this collector, this comparator, the output on this comparator will go from 1 to 2, which activates this redstone circuit, causes this to light up, and causes the import bus to activate once, and will only activate once per pulse, because that's what I have it set to, and pull a terra steel ingot out, which also then, you know, drops this back down and turns us all back off. Now, the one downside to this setup, and why I'm probably not going to end up making a standalone video on it, is that this only works one. You can only do one ingot at a time. If you put multiple ingredients in there, even if it's a correct ratio, it won't work. And I'm not sure if that's, you know, that it has to be just a Botanica limitation that causes that, because I built this in a creative test world where I had one of the infinite mana pools, and it still only would let me do one ingot at a time. So like, it's not a limitation on the amount of mana that's available. It's just, it just only does one at a time. I have another sound muffler back here, and it's set up to suppress that dispenser fail sound so we don't get constant clicking going on back here. And then, of course, over here we have the last thing that I've built, and what I actually used my terra steel for was building these Natura pylons, because I have built myself a portal to Alf. I haven't lit it yet. Do that with you guys, but I did go ahead and I built the actual portal. I've got the core right there and everything like that. And you can see behind here I have some applied energistics set up, because we can actually use this. We can actually automate throwing things in and out of the Elven Gateway, or the Elven Portal. And it's pretty simple how it's set up. And get around here, I can show you. I have a block style interface right here, and that'll be where the recipes will be stored. You can see I've already named it for the trades, but I'll put the patterns in there once I've started getting them, and it'll push the raw items into this chest, which I can't open because it's got a solid block on top of it, but Applied Energistics doesn't care about that. The import bus will then pull any items that go into there in. The formation plane will then push it out and throw it into the portal that's going to be right here. The portal will then throw the item out. And now this is the part that I had trouble with, because the portal, most items come from this block that's right here, directly above the core. But sometimes they go backwards, sometimes they go forwards, sometimes they go to the side, sometimes they end up landing on this part right here. So it was really tricky to find a way to collect the items coming out. And what I ended up using was this factory hopper, because it has an adjustable pickup radius. So you can set it to pick up, you know, just right on top of it like a vanilla hopper does, or you can have it pick up to 4 blocks around it. So that should work if it lands, as long as it doesn't land, you know, way over there, which it won't. Even if it lands like on top of the cable or something, it should still get picked up by this factory hopper. And that's actually what I need to replace my the mana pool, the hoppers under the mana pool with. I need to replace them with, because I can actually replace all of them with just one factory hopper, and it'll solve that particular issue. But anyway, then the factory hopper is then feeding back into that interface, which will send the items back into the ME system. So what we have to do now is light this. And my mana pools are full, which is what I needed. So I just need to grab my wand. And I'm going to go ahead and grab the Lexical Botanica, because I'll need that here in a second. I also went on a little adventure and found myself a Astral Sorcery shrine. So I have my luminous crafting table and resonating wand, which we will delve into at a later date. We're not going to do that today, but that is there, and we will be doing that here shortly. So Let's go ahead and get this lit. It should work. There we go. Portal is now active, and as you can see, my particle effects are now going crazy because Botanica is a very particle-heavy mod. But we should have more than enough mana to keep everything going. Let me just double-check here. Yep, it's not going down. Check the main pool over here. Yeah, see, that's still completely full. Oh, we just lagged. All right, yeah, still completely full. And if I go stand over here, yeah, the Endo Flames are going crazy. The Rosa Botanica isn't actually even pulling any of my XP. You can just barely see it past the mana bar there. But anyway, now that that is up and running, the next thing that I want to do is I actually want to turn this off because I don't want it to pick up the book that I'm about to toss into the portal, which we will do right now. And it did it anyway. Alright, well, that's fine. We just go get the book. Or not. Where'd it go? This is not the first time that I've had something just disappear on me. Okay, what the heck? Where did my book go? Probably gonna end up having to make another one, I think, since I don't know where it went. I mean, I saw the item come out. So it's not like, it's not that the, you know, the portal didn't just eat it. Alright, well, I guess we'll make another one. Fortunately, they're easy to make. Right, I'm going to stand like right here, so hopefully I'll just get it right away. There we go. Alright, now we have the advanced Lexica Botanica with a message from the Elven Guard. If you want to read this, all of this is, well, you can pause and read it. But all of this is, it's posted on the internet. You can find it, or you can pause and read it if you really want to. But what we really need to do is this guy right here. So we're going to end up needing to get these resources. And obviously, you know, we can now get Dreamwood from the Living Wood. We can get, Elementium from Mana Steel. And it looks like we need 2 for 1. Pearls for Pixie Dust. Mana Diamonds for Dragon Stones. And so those are the trades that we're going to end up doing, and I'll end up setting up those trades. Probably going to do that between episodes because it's going to be kind of boring because it's basically just going to be me standing here, throwing stuff into the portal, getting the results, and then going back inside and building the automated trades. We're kicking out all of that. Although, I suppose I can show you what it will look like real quick. So let me go grab a Mana Diamond. There we go. Mana Diamond. I don't have any in my inventory, but if I go ahead and do this, you heard it go off, and now I have a Mana Diamond. It's so easy how that works. Really nice, actually, how it works. Now, if I toss this in, I get a Dragonstone. Yeah, unfortunately, Botanica is such a particle-heavy mod that it really causes games to my computer to struggle sometimes, and I don't understand why. It's something to do with 112. All right, so Dragonstone. We need to switch this to a processing pattern. Dragonstone. Toss that into the system because I don't need it anymore. I do need another Mana Diamond, so we'll go ahead and make one of those. There we go. Boop. Encode. And now this goes in here, right here into the Elven Trades, like that. And now if I go back here and I, by the way, you can, if you have a item that has a crafting recipe and you want to craft an item and not just pick up the existing item, you can actually just middle click on it and it'll bring up the crafting recipe. So we can just go ahead and get one more. Give that a few seconds. There we go. Now we got 2. So it works absolutely perfectly. Yeah, so like I said, I'll go through and I'll set up the rest of those trades at a later date. You can see I've put a path in that goes over to my house, and I took a big chunk out of the top of this hill because I just didn't like how it looked. 'Twas ugly. So, let me go clean up a couple things over here and put some stuff away, and then we're going to get on to our, I guess you'd say, project for today. I upgraded my shield. Upgraded my shield a little bit, which is basically you just take the cobalt shield that I had already made and combine it with that obsidian skull that I found a while back. I spent some time hunting cave spiders to get myself a Bazor, which makes me immune to poison. And I've made the Ring of Choir Data, or however you say that word, which causes you to just slowly generate mana, which gets stored in my Hardy Band of Mana. And then, of course, I have the Band of... the Band of Aura causes you to generate mana, which goes into the Band of Mana. The Ring of whatever this is lets you swim around underwater without getting slowed down, which is handy, and I used that to hunt down some guardians. And then, of course, I have my Lucky Horseshoe that negates fall damage, which is good because I end up falling off things quite often. So I think that's about everything that I've done in between episodes. Yes. And then the other thing that I want to do today. All right. So there's one thing that I want to do today, and the first thing I need to do is I need to fix my armor. As you can tell, it's pretty badly broken, and if I just leave it alone, it will eventually heal on its own. But we can fix it a little bit faster. And if the game doesn't just lock up. It does this all the time. I've never come up with a solution for this. I mentioned it in a previous video, but you see, a bunch of my cables have vanished again. And they just do this perpetually. It drives me crazy, and I can't figure out a solution for it. The best thing I can do is this. And then we have to wait for the game to, like, decide, oh yeah, there's things happening, and we get a bunch of breaking noises. It drives me crazy. There we go. Like I said, I've said this before. If anybody knows why it does this and anybody has any kind of a solution, please let me know. Because this seriously drives me crazy. And the fact that I have to come down here every time I turn the game back on and do this is just ridiculous. See if it actually got everything this time. Okay, yeah, see, so it's put everything back now. Sometimes it'll do everything, and sometimes it'll only do part of it. I don't understand why, and it needs to be fixed. So with this lagging, too. These are all made out of manulin, which is a alloy of cobalt and ardite. And actually, I only need 4. Because I'm only going to put 1 ingot on each one, because I shouldn't need more than that. But while that is melting, I will discuss what we are planning on doing, and I think you will be able to guess based on the ingredients that I'm about to pick up. That's right, we are going to fight the Wither. Because I am in need, well, I don't need it, but I want nether stars. Mainly because I want to make this guy. And as you can see, this uses another star in the crafting recipe. I have Ender Dragon scales, I have the cracked black dragon scale, I need the nether star, and I need the Gaia spirit. So we just set up Botanica, we just got the portal opened up, so we can get everything that we need to be able to summon Gaia, and get that Gaia spirit, but we need the nether star. Yep, see? Which means that we need to kill the Wither. Now, I know it's going to get mentioned or talked about at some point, but I do have Mystical Agriculture installed, and we do obviously have Nether Star Essence because I have Mystical Aggregations, which gives you the tier 6 seeds, which is some of the higher tier stuff that's fun. But in order to make the Nether Star seed, you need to have Nether Stars. So I need to kill the Wither 4 times to get the seeds. In order to grow the seeds, where is it at? There it is. In order to grow the seeds, you need the Nether Star Crux, which means you need to have 2 more Nether Stars. Because this needs to go underneath the seed. So I actually have to kill the Wither 6 times. But of course, I need to fix my armor first because it's all busted up. You can see down there, Quark is telling me about how it's very slowly repairing itself thanks to the wood that I have on there. Like, I don't know what my computer is doing. Yeah, the hard drive is pegged again. I don't know what it is doing. It does this every so often. It'll just get like this. I don't want eating both of them. Every so often it'll just get like this. And this isn't a Minecraft issue either. This is just a my computer issue because it'll do this. Like all I have open is YouTube and it'll do this. So anyway, let's go kill us a Wither. So over here, I have created for myself a Wither box. Witherproof glass, witherproof blocks. This is all from Mystical Agriculture. Now, it's worth me saying that I've never actually used the Mystical Agriculture witherproof stuff, so I'm not 100% sure just how witherproof it is. I use, oh, I don't remember what mod it is, but I didn't include that mod in this pack. So hopefully this will still work. We're going to go ahead and build us a Wither. So one thing that I want to mention, because I've seen this come up before, when you're building a Wither box like this, you actually want to make it 4 blocks high, because the Wither is a 3-block tall mob, and when you summon it, it has a tendency to drift upwards slightly, and if it ends up in the blocks, it can actually just escape while it's still forming, and that can cause all kinds of devastation for you, which, you know, you don't want. But yeah, so you want to build it 4 blocks high, and you want to make sure that it's solid all the way around. I know a lot of people leave like little windows and stuff in there, and that can lead to situations where the Wither's skulls can escape and cause damage to the surroundings. So you want to try to put it, you know, kind of in the middle, and don't leave any openings anywhere around. And of course, this is 112, so we don't have Wither Roses. I do have Future MC installed, but I don't believe Wither Roses are included in any of the future. Oh, it is in Future MC. Oh, both of them do have it. I'm not going to worry about it. If I need Wither Roses, I can deal with it later. Let's just go ahead and actually let's do it this way. Why does that have an NBT tag? Huh. Being set on the structure. Yeah, so I want to do the middle one last so that I can just back right out of the box. But here we go. All right, he's live. He wants to kill that zombie. Yes, this is what I was afraid of. We're getting really bad lag. All right, now he's immune to bows. He's trying to kill me, but he can't figure out how to get to me. Oh my god, could you calm down? I don't even know what happened because everything just stopped rendering for, and it's still not working. What is going on here? All right, well, judging by my inventory, I killed it. We got the Nether Star. I did not get the though, which is the other thing that I will need. But yeah, so that's what the Wither fight looks like in 112 because there's so much lag for some reason. Again, if you have any ideas, if you have any suggestions on how I can fix all this lag, please tell me. I've Googled it, I've searched it, and the only thing that the only answer I've ever gotten has been it's Optifine. Every single time. I'm gonna rant here for a second. Every single time that I mention any kind of issues like this, all the responses are Optifine. It's Optifine. It's Optifine. It's Optifine. It's Optifine. It's not Optifine. I've disabled Optifine. I still get the lag spikes. I still get the game freezing over there when I walk across that particular line, which is in the middle of a chunk too. It's not a chunk border issue. It is not Optifine that is causing these problems. Optifine makes my overall frame rate smoother except for the lag spikes. There's nothing in the logs. I've looked in the logs. There's nothing in the logs. The only thing that I was seeing in my logs was a message from Journey Map about some of the mystical creations creatures not having the correct icons, which is why my Journey Map mini map over there is now dots and not icons, and as you can tell, it's not making any difference. So anyway, it's not Optifine. I got myself another star. We need a place to put the Nether Star. And what I plan to do is I plan to hook the Nether Star up to my auto-crafting back there, put it in a cloche, have it auto-craft and everything like that, so the stars are going to end up in here, and I think I'll put it right there. So that'll reserve that spot for the Nether Star. So I was just thinking, like, how hard is it to set up the Gaia ritual? The only problem that I can see is because I'm getting so much lag constantly, and you can't box Gaia in the way you can box in the Wither. Yeah, they talk about how difficult it is. It's so hard. It's so difficult. It's not. It's more annoying than it is difficult. It's not actually all that hard to build. It just requires me to get these items, which I can get pretty easily. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to have to end things here for today. I might come back and record a little bit more later on. If I do, then the video will continue, and I'll just end up cutting this part out. But my computer is being incredibly laggy right now. I'm getting like no frames in well, I mean, you've seen in that is my computer that is doing that. That is not YouTube. That is not your computer. I have no idea why it's being this bad. It's not usually this bad. But we're going to go ahead and call things here for today. I'm probably going to end up killing the Wither a few more times. Hopefully my frames will stabilize so I can actually do that a little bit more, and I'll get some progress done on that. I do also intend to work more on Botanica, get that the Elven Trades system set up, and probably find a spot and clear it out for the Gaia fight. I won't fight the Gaia. I won't fight Gaia without you guys. We'll come up with a solution for that, and we'll do something there on that. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy, despite all my technical issues for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next coming episode where I get to fight Gaia and that epic music that plays during the Gaia fight. But other than that, I'll see you guys the next time. Have yourselves a wonderful day, and happy Minecrafting.